I think that Alabama showed that they've got a number of ways to beat you. If you're going to take these certain things away, then we can beat you in other ways. We've got plenty of other players, plenty of playmakers.
Does it throw a wrench that it looked like Kiffin really said, all right, we're going to let you go with his arm? Does that give you an added element?
Well, he's done it this year in a number of close games. When he's had to make plays, when they've given him the opportunity, he's done that. A number of times on third downs, on 3rd and 15, they'll run the zone or run the lead. They got a great defense and a really good kicking game, and they don't want to make mistakes that way. But I think when he's been given the opportunity, he's shown up a bunch, and so that was just really more. I think it just reaffirmed what you already knew. He's skilled. I remember when he was a freshman at Florida State. Where he can run around. I was at Oklahoma at the time, but he got in the game, and he got an arm, and he can run around, and he can make plays. Just what opportunities that he's given.
I just imagine goal number 1 to still try to slow down Derrick Henry though.
So every week, whoever's handing the ball off to, not allow him to have balance, but. He's won the Heisman. He's a terrific player. He's got a great complement of players surrounding him that help him have success. But he's got a great physical presence to him, and complements their skill on the outside as well.
Brent, we talked all year, or we talked since last January about all the guys you weren't going to have coming back. How important was it to have guys like Ben and BJ to kind of anchor, solidify what you guys were able to do this year?
Well, I think it was real critical. Both of them have played. They, along with some other guys that have played enough to, to have enough experience so they're not overwhelmed as first-time guys. And so they've been a huge part of that, having, again, the success in the past. They were ready for the moment.
What about the volume of some of the games where Derrick Henry carries it 35, 38 times? Do you worry about a back that size physically wearing down your defense come?
I hope not. I hope
bigger
not.
than those.
I don't know. I think they're patient. Yeah, and and they've. You keep giving it to a guy like that. You keep giving him touches. He's bound to find a crease. A hole, and break some tackles. So it's been a formula that's worked awfully well for them, and hopefully we can hold up. Through 60 minutes.
What have we seen from Kevin Dodd 3 years ago till now? He's a guy that has taken advantage of his opportunity now, but it wasn't easy. He had to work.
He's put a lot of work into it. Again, he's far exceeded my expectations, and he's probably developed more or as much as any player I've been around in coaching in 20 plus years, and it's pretty remarkable. And he's got obviously a willingness to put the work in and a humility to overcome a lot of doubters, me included. And then I think it speaks to the development that we have here in both the weight room and Coach Hobby at bringing him along and making a strong investment in him and paying huge dividends. His development's been pretty remarkable.
Shaq said he's not sure right now if he'll be able to go. How does that change things?
We just got to line up and play, do what we do. There's nothing we can do. We're going to do what we do, so it won't change anything.
The way you guys responded against the program, is that he was about
Well, yeah, Austin did pretty good. It's been over, but some other guys played real well around him too. But he did solid. He was solid. But I think it shows that too that you got to set the edge. These boys are going to challenge you now. Cam Robinson now. Oklahoma had freshman tackles. That we knew going into the game we had an advantage there. You can't say that on paper here.
From a standpoint of power and physicality, does this offensive line from Alabama stand out?
They're similar to some of the best lines that we've seen since we've been here. Georgia, LSU, Notre Dame.
Do you draw confidence at all from the way you guys have handled downhill run games all season?
I'm confident in what we do. I'm confident in what we do. I also value and respect the challenge that every week presents. Some bigger challenges and different challenges than others. But we got to bring our A game. But I know I've seen us on many occasions bring it when we've had to. So this will be another one of those times where we got to bring it.
Do you feel like that kind of a run game sort of plays into the DNA of who you guys are?
Maybe. I mean, they've got a really good play-action game out of it with excellent skill. Maybe, there's probably not a better freshman, in the country than Calvin Ridley. So between him and OJ and 17, 13, and 16, and the backs that they got, it's almost not fair, to be honest with you. They get it. They get anybody they want. And from a physicality standpoint, I know our guys like to be physical. That's something you take pride in as much as anything. Confidence and pride both.
Dabo mentioned that Derrick Henry's a different animal, but Kenyon Drake's special too. What do you see in the way he complements Derrick Henry?
Well, again, Drake, can run inside between the tackles, got good strength, his explosiveness and instincts, but he's a real threat, on the perimeter in the jet sweep game, outside as a pass receiver. He'll run by all my linebackers. So, it's tough to get him in those one-on-one matchups. He wins more than he loses. Have we paid the heating bill? I hope they give us a check for the heating bill.
They actually didn't think we'd be working today when they made their.
So they weren't believers either, huh? They ain't a long line.
We on the road recruiting today.
Oh, that's funny.
Anybody got anything else for Coach Steve?
Christian Wilkins, what he's done as a freshman, just what do you think's enabled him to have so much success?
Oh, he's talented, but he's super mature and he's very humble and real hardworking. So he's got a great mixture of all the the adjectives that you're looking for, in making a transition sooner rather than later. But again, he's got that quiet humility about him, but he's very, very talented and again, a great worker.
Got pretty good hands too.
Yeah, I got great hands. Yeah, he'd be a great jumbo package addition. But what a neat play, for him. There was a deal on the Under Armour deal this weekend. I had it on TV, and they showed the clip of him scooping and scoring a blocked kick field goal. And then they showed back-to-back clips, and God, he's freakish. The way he can move for such a big guy, such a fleet foot. So.
How exciting is that for you when you see a defensive tackle like that make a big play like that?
Yeah, it's just be honest with you, it was a reminder, like, golly, we are so lucky to get that guy. Just from dating back to recruiting, really didn't think that when it was said and done that he would leave his comfort zone and all those good places that he passed up to come all the way down here to Clemson. So that's kind of how I felt whenever I seen him do something well. Like, geez, I can't believe he's on our team. So he's a guy that you love having because of the person that he is, as much as he's just the total package. It just makes you proud that he is on your team and representing your school.